That's funny.
Song in my head now.
Shit, I think we are live. I don't see it, but it looked like we live.
Hey, what's going on? This James Woods, aka that yoga
Let me see.
dude. I know it says live recorder, but
It say live on YouTube also, but I'm not seeing the video. Let me see what's happening. Okay, yeah, we live.
how's my microphone?
It sound good. All right, cool. We good. All right, what's going on, y'all? This is Mike Brown with James Feel Free, and this is Feel Free Conversations, episode 18. I think it's 18.
18.
Yep. It's funny you were talking about the BBL Drizzy before we got on, and I saw that Kendrick had whitelisted um, all creators to be able to use his songs on their stream. So if we just want to run his songs through the stream,
That's funny.
we can.
Right.
Shoot, what's going on with
Interesting.
you?
Uh, feeling good. I feel good, and I also want to feel efficient and productive. Like I'm in the flow of doing things and moving and stuff. I just want to make sure I'm moving towards what I really want. So I'm in the flow, moving forward, but I'm also ready to take a step, just like kind of take a step towards like, all right, what am I doing? What am I moving towards? What am I going? What am I working on and stuff like that? Because yeah, got some good energy, got some good flow, in a pretty good mental space. Now, is this working on what I want to work on?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Even like this is our 18th show. 18, that's a adult. They can join the military. They can buy lotto tickets. 18, and it's like, okay, we know how to be consistent. And is this also being impactful? Is this also being um, doing what we wanted to do? And I love doing it, so I'm still like just okay with exploring that and stuff. But I just know for me, I can be a very consistent person. But now it's like, okay, that consistency, I wanted to bring the fruit that I want to see. And then sometimes that fruit, I'm like, I don't even really realize the fruit is different than what I thought it was going to be. Like, okay, I was working on this thing for years and years and years, and then it helped me actually with this thing that came about that I didn't even know. You know what I mean? So it's like I was doing push-ups every day, thinking I would be in this uh, bodybuilding contest, but then it actually just helped me to save this person's life when they was falling down a well or something like that. But it was because I was consistent. I was able to save that person's life, even though I was training to be a physique champion or something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. That's usually how it works though. It feels like, when you work towards something, you usually get something else out of it. And yeah, that always feels good.
It feels good in the end. For me, it doesn't feel good while going through it because I don't have that sense of control. So it's a big piece of letting go of that control of, oh, okay, this is how I want the outcome to be because of the work that I'm putting in. You know, we always hear about Kobe practiced. Oh, shoot. Kobe practiced the same shot for 33 days straight, and then he hit it in a championship. It's like, okay, that's how it's gonna be. I'm gonna practice this one thing, and then when I get my shot, I'm gonna be home.
Yeah.
But sometimes it just I don't know. I feel like it looked like he practiced the same thing and then he end up using it in a different sport. Like,
And I
okay,
think that's why it's important to like step back and reflect a little bit every once in a while, just to, like you said, just check in with yourself with what you're doing, because it can feel like when you in it, like, man, when is that shot gonna come up? But I think just what you're doing right now, just acknowledging like that you're doing the work. Sometimes acknowledging like, this is gonna benefit me somewhere else in the long run. Um, it just give me that energy to keep pushing on the journey. You know.
yeah, it, they, yeah. When it comes to like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm able to use this. That give me that energy. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, I got it. Like I said, sometimes in that practice, if I'm practicing this same shot for 100 times, on that 50th shot, be like, all right, I'm getting tired of this. What's up?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get my shot and stuff. But hey, man, that's the name of the game. That's the way it's supposed to go. My Spanish, I feel like, has improved in big part because I do the Duolingo, and my highest streak was like 1,500 days, but I lost it when I went on my meditation retreat.
Damn. You said
And
1,500.
yeah, it was up there. Because it's been years, probably about 4 years, since I've been doing that app. And it give you little pieces and stuff, but then also I I listen, what do you call? I watch my YouTube yoga. I don't know why I can't figure out what I'm saying. My yoga practice, a big part of it is from YouTube, and I follow Spanish speaking yoga instructors. So it has to be, and when I do my yoga, I'm not sitting there staring at the screen because I'm trying to be in that too. So it got to be all listening, all listening. So a lot of time it's starting to clear up a little bit more when they tell you the directions. Suéltate, suba las manos en la carreras. Like, oh, okay, I know what he's doing. I ain't even got to look. Um, and so, working with the kids and doing the stuff in school, I have I'll be teaching them in Spanish and stuff to my capabilities, and it's like, oh, okay, this is why a part of why I'm doing this, but still feels like something greater. So I'm in the flow. I'm doing a lot of things, but I just want to make sure that I'm doing the right things. I'm consistent with the right things to get the right outcome. But who knows? I'm saying who knows. So
Yeah. And I
sitting
just
with that.
say, follow the feeling. You know, whatever you feeling called to, or wherever you feeling to move on, just do it. Like, you know, that might be a part of it as well.
Yeah. Because I definitely, like I said, I can get locked into a consistent practice thing. And sometimes, like, yeah, it's just a part of my routine. And it's like, okay, I'm healthy. I mean, I'm happy with my routines, but I just don't want to get, you know, just living a routine instead of just living, you know,
Yeah,
uh,
that makes sense.
taking it day by day, man. What is one of the things in your routine right now that you are very happy with?
Something in my routine that I'm happy with. Uh, I walk every day. That's something I enjoy doing. Like, it gives me time to just like think and get off ideas and shit like that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess because I don't really use the word happy like that. Um, but yeah, it makes me feel good.
I need you. walking around downtown. Da, 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 da. Oh, man. Uh, did you feel like um, do you feel like there were times as a kid when you was definitely like, oh, this is happiness?
Yeah, I would say even in like my 20s and shit, um, I identify with happiness and
As you identify with being gay?
that
Sorry,
was childish.
that was very childish.
um, yeah, I don't know. It just like when I hear the word now, sometimes it just sounds unnatural.
Really?
Yeah. And I guess feeling good could be happy as well, but I identify more with feeling good.
Do I experience happy? I went to this school board meeting last night, and it happened to be a celebration of retirements. It was like four people retirement. I think the minimum was 13 years. The most was 36 years, 37 years. And I didn't know these people from paint, can of paint, as they say. But I was so happy for them, man. I was so happy for them, for their families. I felt very emotionally invested in this little small school district celebration of graduation. And I was very confused. Like, why am I so invested in Mr. Schumacher's retirement? And I've never seen this man before. And it kind of made me a little bit like, dang, am I just, getting sucked into the society and environment and stuff like that? And then it was just like, man, just sit back and like enjoy the feeling, man. Just like I'm a person like everybody else, and people celebrating, clapping, people's crying. They had their kids and their spouses. One person didn't have nobody there, and I felt that it was a very, uh, it was a very emotional experience, and I didn't know anybody in there. It was in a small little NPR of a multi-purpose room. Y'all remember those? Of a middle school in Rancho Cucamonga. Probably shouldn't say that, but it was yeah, it was just it was weird how much I was emotionally invested into what was going on there, and because I was there on I was there on business, especially in my mind. I was there on business, but I let myself get caught in emotionally. Um, and I remember I'm excited to go see this movie, the new Planet of the Apes movie. And I remember it was a time I'll go to movies and stuff, football games, whatever, and just would be so blocked from it. Like I can't experience the fun and happiness and get caught into this because I don't want to be a part of the masses and I'm not a sheep and I'm kind of like angry black man stuff. So it was interesting to feel so invested and emotionally involved and stuff into the lives of these strangers who I probably will never see again. And I felt very human at that experience, man. I think happiness is a part of that, sadness and all that kind of stuff, and it all comes and goes, man. So, when was the last time you just felt? Oh, go
But
ahead.
when I hear you say that, like I definitely feel happy in that way. Like when people share news and shit with me, like I do feel happy for them. And feel happiness within me for them. But yeah, it's just not a word I use often like that.
You use joy.
Nah, I don't. But I do experience those things. I do feel them, but I guess I just don't when you're in the moment experiencing it, you don't really think of it as that. You know what I mean?
It makes me think about coming home from school. My parents asking me, "How's your day?" Good. What'd you do? Nothing. Like that kind of blah blanche. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I want to brighten up my world with a little bit more of an emotional palette and a vocabulary dexterity to be able to express the full experience of James Woods.
Like,
Oh man.
I I feel like happiness feels like presence, you know.
Mhm.
Like that's what I think of when I think of happiness, like just being present.
um, I had a moment of happiness, or copying you, a moment of just that presence, that awareness, and just my morning meditation. And sometimes it's not always happy. Sometimes it's, for me, sometimes it's just that awareness of like, you all right, you know, or get out your. Sometimes it just pulls me out of the anxiety I'm in, or the whatever. So it feels like a place of awareness. It feels like um, yeah, it feels like just what's real. Um, yeah, like even because happiness doesn't always being present and aware for me. Sometimes, because sometimes I'm happy because I'm in the in the fantasy, in the emotion of, I guess, not even fantasy, but in the emotion of what's going on. And yeah, in the present moment, this stuff is good. But then I'm also, for me, creating a story of like, oh man, that's good for these people. And this is awesome. This is stuff. But it's my stuff that I'm projecting on. Oh man, they did 36 years at this retirement party, and they look good for this age, and oh, this I'm happy for them. And they could be, you know, getting ready to go, just just get drunk and have a horrible time or whatever. But it's my perception of what's going on for them. If that makes sense.
It does. It does. And just hearing you say that just makes me even more conscious of like just how much life is just art. Because it's like,
Mhm.
we all experiencing the same thing, but um, just creating different perspectives of what emotion is evoking within all of us.
And I don't even feel weird because I want you to feel happy. And um, yeah, that feels weird.
I think I do feel happy though. Like I mean, I'm happy
Mhm.
to be in a new city. I'm happy to be in my own spot. Like I do have a lot of stuff that makes me feel joy, makes me feel happy. But yeah, I guess I just express it in a different way, you know.
Mhm. Yeah. I think I definitely want it for you because I want it for myself.
Yeah.
And really learning, I guess, relearning stuff, what it is. I was a couple weekends ago, I was with this men's group, and uh, joy was something that like we were talking about, and the really talking to the kids and talking to the other men about like, as a when younger, happiness and joy was connected to just pleasure. You know what I mean? Like pleasure, sensationalization, all that kind of stuff. And now it's like it's just different. You know, happiness, joy, all that kind of stuff is different. And a lot of people, you know, tying your happiness and your joy to other people. And that's something that's new.
What's the difference between like joy and when you express gratitude for something? Is there a difference?
I think joy is an internal experience. I think it is internal experience, maybe even an awareness of like yeah, I'm good. I'm right. It feels like just a very warm internal experience of connection. Yeah, I think joy feels like a very internal knowing of connection. Like I'm connected to the, the best thing in the world right now. It's me. I am it. And gratitude is taking a step out of that awareness of connection and being like, I have this connection and now I'm thankful for
And because even as I you say that, like in that moment of like feeling joy, like do you like just stop and like say, I'm experiencing joy?
it. I think you could, but I feel like I said, you get that warm experience and you're like, oh, okay, it's already there. You ain't even gotta say it. It's just it's there, and you know it's there. And then you take another step, I think consciously, and be like, and now I'm thankful that it's there because I realize that it's not always there, and that's something that I'm still very much exploring and learning and owning is joy. 'Cause like I said previously, I think I only experienced happiness, fun, liking something as something pleasurable. So now to know joy as a connection, even a divine connection, as in like I am, I am something really, really good, and I constantly get can just be reminded of that I am really good. I am really good, and that's a good feeling. You know, like you wanna. It's what is this? It's May. We got flowers and stuff coming out. The sun looking good. The weather warming up,
Yeah,
and to understand that as good as it feel outside and as pretty as it look outside, all that's in me too. And that's a
that's
good
real.
feeling and a good knowing to have.
Yeah.
I appreciate that question.
And I think yeah, that is definitely the truth. And again, it's that level of awareness to even acknowledge that, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, because I think, like I said, the external, the pleasure stuff, because that's what's fed to us as kids and stuff. To me, joy. Man, I seen somebody wearing a FUBU jersey the other day, and I just remember how good clothes make me feel. And clothes, shoes still make me feel good. I just bought some new shoes from the Adidas outlet. Ooh, I felt good. I bought like two pairs of shoes and a little. I got a new little man purse type of thing, and it's like $80, and
That's
it
what's
made me
up.
feel good, you know. But I think that joy, that joy is better than a Nietzsche, Fat Farm, all that kind of stuff putting on you. And so I'm exploring that. Um, what does it look like for Mike Brown to explore joy?
Uh to explore joy. I think for me, because I'm looking at my camera right now, and as you were talking about joy, like that's something that brings me a lot of joy of just like, just allowing myself to go out into the world with no plan or anything and just just explore, you know, just stumble up on some shit like that brings me joy. Like just to go out with the camera, like I'm gonna take pictures today and then, end up at a festival and like, oh shit, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
end up somewhere else and like you look back and you done did like three things in one day and like that brings me joy.
Yeah, yeah, that's dope. Three things, all of them guided by the internal.
Hmm. Yeah, I think next week I'm going to take a day because I definitely this week was a busy week for sure. Like between like just taking. taking Zoom calls, Zoom meetings, and working on shit. Like it's been a pretty busy week, but just talking about it right now, like I think I do need one of those like joy days to just just be in the world, you know?
Hmm. That's one of my favorite things about traveling too, is being able to get lost. And
Yeah.
you know, because I'm able to let my, you got your awareness, but I also have that sense of wonder on, that like childlike wonder, like, oh, this is new, this is, I never seen this before, and you get that first time experience of something.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I
dope,
feel that. Like that's I think that's why I've always enjoyed going to Paris so much because like it's easy to get lost out there. It's
man.
easy to get lost and you know, you get lost, you stumble upon a museum, a cafe, a bar,
Wow. Oof.
some art. And I
Yeah.
know New York is the same as well. So, you know, I am gonna take a day to just like, you know, maybe just go catch the train somewhere and you know, actually I did that a couple of weeks ago. Kind of got lost on the train, but it was a good loss, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing like a good loss.
Yeah.
Do you, I guess, like you call it wandering. Do you walk more than wander, or wander more than walk when you take your walks?
Uh, I would say it's balance. I would say it's balance. I feel like I switch my route up a lot. I'm never taking the same route. I mean I take the same route, but when I feel it, it's like well, let me turn down this street or turn somewhere else. Yeah, like just to kind of um switch up my mind a little bit. Like just give my mind something different to explore. You know, like, I like routine, but in certain things.
I think routine keeps me grounded, so I can be able to wander. You know what I mean? Uh, if I wander too much, then it's like, but
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't live and wander, but yeah, I do have those routine things that are like, okay, I need to do this, and once I do that, I can, you know, give myself the space to explore um, the day and just what life has to offer.
I like that, man, because I couldn't live and wander. Um, I think it, and people make living and wander look so good, the van life stuff, and just I'm traveling, I'm here, I'm social media stuff. But it's like that make me nervous, that make me anxious. It's like,
I think it looked different for everybody. You know, I think I'm kind of living in it right now. Like as I hear you say that, because man, I had a moment maybe like 2 days ago, just kind of reflecting on life, and this is the first time. And granted, I do have people here, but like this is the first time I've actually like lived in a city with like no family, whether I'm close to the family or not. Like no family at all, and in reflecting on that, like really reflecting on like how many lives I've lived, how many people I've met in my journey, how many places I've lived, how many jobs I've had, and like all of that bringing me to this one point, and it made me feel a lot of emotions. It made me feel a lot of emotions. I hadn't really had a hard cry in a long time, and it gave me like a really hard cleansing cry, just because it was just like, man, like I have lived so much life, regardless of what I may feel, you know, Tuesday, what I may feel when I'm doing, you know, looking for a job or whatever I'm doing, like up to this very moment, like, man, this is a life that has brought me joy.
man, that's I hope that's the clip for the
Right.
show, man. But like that was really powerful. Um, yeah, I didn't. I forgot that you have, like, you was wandering for a good moment. You was on your wander. You know.
Yeah. And still in it. You know, I'm still in it because like, you know, this is new, you know. this is still new. Like I'm reminded, like I'm looking at a box right now of like something I built yesterday. It's like, oh shit, I'm still like still getting settled here, you know?
Yeah, yeah, and like you said, it definitely looks different for everybody because I'm wondering in some ways. Uh, it don't look like band life, but it definitely is going with the flow of what's happening in my life right now, and it's a wonder. It is a wonder. It goes back to that conversation we just had about like we were talking about at the beginning of like just you do things consistently,
Yeah.
but then you let go to whatever shows up.
Hmm.
Like Lord knows what you walking every day is going to consist being consistent in your walk. Just it's something is going to show up,
Yeah,
whatever it is, and and it ain't negative, it ain't positive. It's what you make out of it, but something gonna show up. You know, something's gonna show up out of me doing what I do every day, and it could be more money, more health, more love, or whatever. But it's like and even if for people who don't have a consistent routine of stuff, that's going to show up in some kind of way.
for sure.
You know,
For sure. And a lot of times for me it just feels like just keep moving forward, you know. Like I stop looking at growth as like going up and just like looking at it as like forward progressions.
right? I think this is a very linear focused time frame as far as in age, especially too. We hear everybody talking about legacy and like what we doing at this age and everything like that of what's going on ahead of us, ahead of us, ahead of us. And I think it's also important to stop and just be present and aware
For
of what's
sure.
happening now. And like you said, that's it's such a it's such a thing of control to want to control the future and not just kind of focus on how can I show up the best today. You know, both are vital and important. I just think this time, when I'm about 38, I'll be 38. Yeah, a lot of pressure. I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself and accepting a lot of pressure of like, okay, 40's coming up, so I need to have things by this point. These are things I want to have by this point, and I think that's a good thing to have, but it can't control my life.
Man, I like I said, being in a new space has really brought me this balance. Like, one, you can't look this good by stressing, you know.
Funny.
But yeah, I think I was putting that pressure on myself, especially when I was living in Houston and just being here right now. It's like, man, just be present. And I appreciate my community so much. Like people I talk to on a regular basis, people I talk to once a year, whatever, like just people that are in my community, because my community has been reflecting a lot for me and just really making me slow down. Like really making me slow down. Like I've acknowledged, and I'm not gonna discredit my parents. My parents have definitely been supportive in my journey, but I would say over the last 20 years, like I really been like taking care of myself. You know what I'm saying? And being in a space where I felt vulnerable, like not looking at it as a weakness, like really, like again, expressing that gratitude for having community. I talked to someone yesterday. I won't say the company that she worked for, but she told me like, "Hey, I'm gonna do my best to get you in here doing something like, and something that I want to do, not just some bullshit." Um, and she let me know like from the first time she met me, like she just been tapped into me. And I felt good. I felt really good. And it was a reminder of me and my character and who I am.
You said for the last 20 years you've been taking care of yourself. Um, what does that mean to take care of yourself?
To take care of myself, I think it's evolved at every stage. I think at whatever level I was able to, like, you know, in my younger state, when I look back, it was like, you know, keeping myself alive, surviving. And now at this stage, it's like shit. It's still taking care of myself in the sense of, like, keeping myself alive, and not necessarily from a survival or scarcity mindset. Like, really understanding those things that keep me good, keep me healthy, keep me balanced. Um, sorry, I just got like two texts, but yeah, um, that was distracting. But yeah, you said what was the question? I'm sorry. Um,
You were talking about the
what is
evolution of.
taking care of myself? Taking care of myself in my 20s looked like, paying my bills, cooking for myself. And as you add to that, taking care of myself looks like going for walks, journaling, um, just really being invested in my well being is what taking care of myself looks like.
All right, yeah, that's dope. I agree about it evolving because it is, you got your necessities, you got your own place, and you just eating spaghettios and what eggs, and then you get a little bit more, and
And
you
$5
realize,
little Caesars pizzas every
man,
day. That's why I can't eat cheese today.
right, and then you make a little bit more money, hopefully, and then you realize there's other things, and then you make different kind of friends, and you put yourself in situations that are more based on who you are than where you are, and you get more aligned with things that you are interested in and stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I need to take care of myself here, and I didn't even realize I needed to take care of this right here. Like you said,
Just understanding care in a different way, like, from your your upbringing to where you were, like, care may have looked like get a job, get a degree, get a this, get a that. You accomplish all those things. It's like, well, now what?
right,
And nobody has those answers for you. So then you
nobody
have to
has those
figure out, what
answers.
is this for me? And then you get to a place where it's like, okay, I did that. Now this doesn't feel like enough. And it's not that it's not enough. It's just like you're evolving in what the care looks like. And I welcome evolution for the rest of my life as long as I live. Like, I'm in a space right now where, like, I want to learn a new version of Mike. I want to see what else is in there. Let me see what else comes out of, like, Mike moving at 37, going into 38 on the East Coast, living in the gloom because it's been pretty gloomy in the mornings. Um, just experiencing what does that bring out.
That's dope, man. Yeah, I feel you. I'm on the same thing. Like I said, I'm making some wander moves right now, and in the evolution of me, it it's requiring a lot of trust. Like I think back in the day, I trusted Xavier University of Louisiana to take care of me. I trusted George and Cynthia Woods. I trusted this school. I trusted this job. I trusted this hustle to take care of me. This woman to take care of me and stuff. And now um, I'm trusting me to take care of me. Uh, you know, in all senses of whatever that can mean on the highest level, mentally, physically, spiritually. I know I can take care of myself. And I've been thinking about uh, this Drake and Kendrick. thing where I'm like, I
And I got
hope Drake.
I got a question for you before you go there.
Okay.
Um, do you trust God, the universe, or whatever word that you use, or the just the energy of that being to take care of you?
That's exactly what I mean when I say I trust myself. Yeah. Uh, yeah. You know,
I feel that.
it's, I mean, I'm good. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm good, man. I forget it often.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I forget it very often, but I know that 100%.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, and the more I know it, the more I can live it, and the more my life reflects it, and just the more joy I experience as I
Yeah.
do that, and sometimes I find how good I am when I'm wandering. So it's like it's good to wander so I can continue to find how good I is. Um, yeah, it was another thing I was gonna ask you too.
You was about to mention Kendrick and Drake.
Yeah, it was something I was gonna ask you before that. Lost it. Anyway, I hope I hope Drake is okay mentally and emotionally. He's getting punched and beat up around and stuff, and I feel like he's a regular guy with a lot of opportunity to influence a lot of people through his music, which I think is good for what it is. But it's like, man, he has a lot of people coming at him, and it's childish. It feels like you know it feels like a playground match that's going on, so it makes it fun and entertaining. But I hope he's okay. You know, the allegations was wild.
Yeah.
The the just these are people I don't feel like these are even just business colleagues, but um, yeah, it's wild, and I hope he just takes it as this is working with people. Like these are all my employees, and these are my customers and stuff. And so you get a lot of bad reviews sometimes. Sometimes your coworkers, employees, y'all not on the same page. And you can take it like that, and you go, you live your life, and you experience joy in other ways. Because I think about if I could handle the amount of if I can handle somebody making 4 songs about me, somebody making a beat about me, all the, like, could I handle somebody talking about me in that way? Um, you know,
Would it make you look at yourself if you had 30 motherfuckers coming at you at one time? Would it make you like maybe reflect on, well, shit, what
it
is it?
does.
Yeah.
It does. Even the songs like make me. Even the songs about him and the songs about Kendrick make me look at myself.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I need to, you know, especially yeah, like I don't know Kendrick's Mr. Morale album. I listened to it a couple times just because but it was so dope because he was honestly looking at himself. So then to honestly assess another person, it comes from a deeper place of this, you know, your hair is ugly and your breath stinks. So it was like very much a public, um, I don't want to say it, but I don't know why I don't, but a public read. Like
Yeah.
I've looked at you and observed you. I'm going to publicly assess this is where you are. And then it got into just allegations and just all over the place and stuff. But yeah, so I know how tough it is for one person to let me know about myself,
Yeah.
especially when I'm in, but that person I'm in a close relationship or something like that. But even in public, I have a certain level. I was talking to somebody and they were telling me about something on Zoom, and then they was like, "Oh, you got a poker face, so you're not really giving me anything." And I was like, "Oh." okay, I didn't even realize I had my poker face on. It's like I got this certain barrier, certain wall. So I don't get read. I don't have people observe me in a certain way, and I'm not even conscious of it most of the time. So for someone to observe you and then make 4 songs about it and share it with the world, and the world is also agreeing with what they said, it's like, oh man, I need to continue to take a look at myself. So I hope I hope he's okay, and I hope we all take a chance to take a look at ourselves without it having to be a diss track about us.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think initially it started out entertaining for me, and then it started getting dark, and then it became one of those things where you just can't look away, you know.
Yeah, and they both had their skills on display. Like Drake's records were good. He's rapping, but see, Kendrick was doing what Kendrick do. Like,
It's like where do you go from here?
yeah, I hope they just leave it alone. I hope it just dies down and stuff, and everybody can kind of go back to enjoying the music and stuff and all that. And I hope everybody, these grown men who are the same age as us, have the opportunity to grow from it and evolve. So I hope evolution for them just as much as I know it's for me. And everybody being able to evolve and stuff. So
This is the most that I've seen grown men talk about anything in a long time.
yeah,
Like
yeah, it's an exciting
uh,
time
yeah.
in music, and I think it definitely reflects the culture of barbershop talk and mental health and wellness, and especially black men acknowledging their whole humanity.
But
You know,
it's also sad that it's like, why does it take something negative for that to happen?
yeah, we can ask that, and then we can also just roll with it
Yeah.
until we create something positive for it to happen. Because I think positive things are on a frequency that not many people are on,
Yeah, I don't
and
think
that's
people
by
care about
design.
that shit because I was talking about that with Mr. Morale. Like you don't hear a lot of people talk about that shit, and it
I
was
think
really good. But
that was
also, it's like
amazing.
niggas don't want to hear all that shit. Niggas want to hear A minor.
Right. Like Mr. Morale was amazing out,
Yeah.
but Hovio, like what?
Right.
That song is silly, but it
Yeah.
jam. It's so elementary. It's so basic. Like Kendrick dumbed himself down to do that, but it's a great song.
Yeah.
Um, and, it's yeah, but I think even that, where as high as I can go with all this stuff, you still got to be able to have fun and just you know still feel good yourself, and you know feel like Kendrick got some stuff off his chest and it's like, okay, I'm done. I can go. I can move. I can move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's what I'm saying too about you uh, letting go of your art. Like you can move on now. The art that you left in Houston, you can that just leaves you open to create a whole new thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny. I'm not missing it. I am looking forward to putting some new art up in the space, but yeah, like I know that stuff is safe where it's at. You know what I
All right.
mean? So it's just like it's still mine. I do I do think there are some things that when I did have that storage that I did get rid of, and in this moment I'm like I can't even think of them, so I guess they weren't that important. But there were things that I had in storage that I got rid of that I was like, damn, I wish I would have kept that. Damn, I did wish I didn't leave that there, or wish I didn't sell that or whatever.
Mm.
And it's funny, some of that shit might actually be sitting in my grandmother's garage because I left a lot of shit over there before I left, and I'm just like, it's almost like experiences, like kind of just leaving them places, as you continue to move on
Yeah.
throughout the journey. And yeah, man.
I think um, that can be one thing about being a routine person. Sometimes it can be hard to leave experiences too, where I'm routine here, and then I also have this routine way of thinking about things. Like you said earlier, I want to see who a new Mike Brown is. Like I want to see who a new James is as well. So that means I have to leave behind those patterns of
Hmm.
thought to experience a new me and pick up a new pattern of thought. Like, oh, okay, this is I see it like this now. Let's see what that's like. I want to know what that's like. So having a different experience of things, man. Ah, man. Three questions:
Yeah.
candlelight or LED,
Candle.
leftovers or um, sitting down and eating the restaurant food because you got leftovers of restaurant food and you got leftovers of cooked food.
Leftovers cook food.
Um, Drake or Kendrick?
Kendrick.
That's funny.
OV ho.
So stupid. I just played that song. Super fun.
um, got three for you. Walk away or run away.
Mm, run right now. Run right now. Question.
Air or water.
Air.
Um, and last one, day or night.
Morning, especially. That's a day. Morning, especially. Run away. Run away from me, baby.
What you got coming up?
Question.
What you got going on right now?
Right now, I'm still doing my. I just put it on. Going back to my yelling the yoga workshop. So every 2 weeks, I'll be online and we'll be doing some workshops around yelling to yoga. What that is. This summer, I'll be into some. I started a summer on site with the school district out here. And I'll be going through the summer and really, really, really sharing with y'all what I do with the yelling to yoga and all that online. So I want to keep y'all meditated, keep y'all relaxed, focused, and diving into your divine joy.
That's dope.
What's happening for Mike Brizown?
Right now, I'm working on music. Working on some music to put out next month, and that's like the main focus. Bringing the podcast back. Doing some rebranding. It's not going to be called The Art of Letting Go. The Art of Letting Go is the media company that houses all of these wonderful podcasts that I'm working on. But right now, I wish I had the censor sound because that's actually what I'm gonna be using till I figure out a name.
Hmm,
But yeah, that's gonna be
that's dope.
my show. Um, and really just going back to just sharing my life, sharing my experiences, and just moving through it. Like I feel like I said everything I had to say through my first podcast. Now I'm curious to see what comes up in a new show.
Gotcha. Um, what areas in your life are you comfortable in right now?
Uh, what areas in my life am I? I would say in my in my personal spaces, I feel most comfortable, to be honest with you. Like, I think it's more so like my professional, my dreams, my aspirations, where um there's some discomfort to explore. And yeah, I think, I've done so much work around like the emotional and all that stuff, that like I feel ready to focus on something else, and I've run across a lot of dreamers, a lot of people that want to be more than just what they think they are. So, I want to share my journey of that and see where it takes us.
So, man, looking forward to riding with you, man.
Yeah, man. Well, shoot, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is episode 18. I know I always say unsure because I'm not always sure of where we at, but this is episode 18 of Feel Free Conversations. Oh shit, I think this is Marcus Allen. He said, "What's up?"
What up, Mark, man? What's going
I
on,
think that's
man?
who that is, because I looked at his Instagram. That's pretty cool. Marcus Allen, if that is you, we would love. Yep, that is him. That's crazy. Hey man, we would love to have you on this show. That would be so
Yeah,
dope.
I think Mark, man, saved my life one time, man. Please come on the show so we can tell that story.
Talking about when he prayed for you.
Hell yeah, he saved my life, man.
Oh
He,
shit. That's fucking dope, man. Man, Marcus, thank you for tuning in for real.
yeah,
I would
man.
love to.
Thank
You
you,
know
man.
what? I'm gonna hit you up after this, or you hit me up, because we haven't done it in a while, but I would love to hop on a Zoom with you and just exchange some energy, man. So thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate you for real, man.
100%. Yeah, man.
All right, y'all. This has been the show, and we will catch y'all next week.
Feel free.
Peace.
Feel free.